Hey, welcome back, everyone. Another episode of Crypto Top 10. My name is John. Thanks for tuning in. As always, thanks to everyone who has subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And check out a link down in the description so you can check out all the articles we are talking about. I hope you got yourselves a big old cup of coffee, or if you're me, a thing of rum and Coke, because time is but an illusion in the world currently. Either way, let's get in and talk about some trending articles in the crypto news space. First things first, talk about Monero. So, former Monero lead maintainer Riccardo Spagini, colloquially known as Fluffy Pony, God, I love the crypto space, has presented the results of more than a year's work, together with the law firm Perkins Cole and the developers from Tari Labs. The white paper, dubbed the Anti-Money Laundering Regulation of Privacy-Enabling Cryptocurrencies, oh man, I'm tired all of a sudden, has been published. The document has been conceived as a new legal framework in defense of privacy coins such as Monero, Zcash, Dash, Komodo, and all the other ones. In addition, the white paper set out to disprove the unsubstantiated belief that privacy coins are incompatible with anti-money laundering regulations. In fact, the paper states that the privacy features protect consumers who do not want to expose their financial data to a third party where it could be stolen or spied on that way. Privacy coins such as Monero are a payment method that allows the consumer to protect their financial information without sacrificing utility and convenience. Reaffirming that they are part of a user's right, the white paper claims that Monero and other privacy coins enable a transaction method with privacy that was previously only possible through financial intermediaries and other agents of the traditional financial system, or, cold hard cash. Duh. So the document also highlights the use of privacy coins has been increasing in recent years. It makes sense. Along with this, there's been a rise in the use of solutions in the crypto ecosystem that increase the privacy capabilities of a given blockchain. Good example would be Bitcoin with the coin join transactions, which is a very good method to add some privacy with the Bitcoin transactions. So even though Bitcoin itself is not a privacy coin, using CoinJoin, you can still shuffle some coins around and effectively do laundering of money through one of those networks. It makes it very hard to trace the coins, what went where, who had what originally, and all that fun stuff. Look, Monero has had their coin yanked off several exchanges because of this, so it makes sense that they're digging into the well and trying to come up with these defenses. I actually agree with a lot of them. There's nothing wrong with someone wanting to protect their privacy. It's the reason why people say cash is king. If you've ever dealt with a small business, a lot of times if you pay with cash, they will give you a 10% discount. It's because they're not paying taxes on it. So everyone wins. It's one of those things you just have to keep an eye on it. Governments like control, so Monero is going to have an uphill battle on this one. In fact, all privacy coins are going to have an uphill battle on this one. But that being said, it's a battle that needs to be fought. We, as people, deserve to have our privacy protected if we wish it. However, there is, yes, then the chance that nefarious people could then use those same methods to conceal the transactions, and that's something we as a community and a society have to decide how much privacy is worth it for safety and security. It's that all-encompassing, interesting question that continues to vex us in the digital age. But yeah, enough for waxing and waning over philosophical arguments of the rights of privacy versus safety. Let's hop on over and talk about VeChain. So VeChain just announced 2 recent partnerships that are going to bring 3 new companies into the mix. So MyCare, which we've talked about on this channel before, it's a system designed to help prevent and decrease the risk of infection from COVID-19 or any other viral infections. It's just COVID's the big buzzword right now. So MyCare is based on the VeChain Thor blockchain. 3 companies with offices around the world will now implement this solution. The first company is Carrefour Commerce and Industry, which is actually the second largest retail company in Europe. So not just small potatoes, they're actually teaming up with a pretty darn big one. According to the announcement, its partnership with VECHAIN and DNVGL, which is the other half of the equation that developed MyCare, has enabled it to, quote, meet the requirements for commercial preparedness to prevent COVID-19 infection. It's basically MyCare sets up this way that you can view, track, and train. So you can track all the steps that your employees have to make to properly clean things. It's done on the blockchain. Simply all you have to do is train people how to input what they've done into it. Nothing too crazy. And then you can track all that data, see what's going well, what's not, where things are spiking and where they're not, and you can kind of like try to bring things down to a nice good medium where ideally no one is getting infected by residual COVID left on surfaces, assuming that COVID can live on a surface for longer than 5 minutes. Gotta love it. Still don't know. Anyways, the second partnership that we're talking about for the use of MyCare has been established with ACWA Power and their subsidiary National Operations and Maintenance Company, or NOMAC. So that's where the 3 companies come in. ACWA Power is a developer, investor, co-owner, and operator of a portfolio of power generation and desalinated water production plants, currently with presence in countries in the Middle East, North Africa, South Africa, Southeast Asia, and a few other regions. So again, a pretty large, globally spanning business. VeChain's partnered up, and their subsidiaries, so it's pretty darn good. The companies will use the MyCare methodology to apply hygiene and sanitation capabilities to strengthen the confidence of employees, consumers, authorities, and shareholders in a prevention and risk management initiatives. In doing so, both companies hope to strengthen trust across the entire energy sector. Bam, boom, bah. There you go. Basically, they're leaning on this MyCare solution as a way to help them grow and adapt to the quickly changing industry. I don't know how many of you guys are now working from home who weren't before, how many people have to wear a mask 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, depending on what your job is and where you work. Things have changed quite dramatically, and I'm going to be quite honest, I don't foresee them going back to normal anytime soon before a vaccine. And even then, if you had told me before this that I'd be wearing a mask every time I went outside, I would have laughed at you. I never was one to do that. I saw people wearing those masks in the grocery store, and I thought they were crazy. Prior to this, back in like 2017, 2018, every now and then you'd see someone wearing a mask, and you'd be like, oh, whatever. Now I get it. So it's kind of weird to be on the other side of things. I know a lot of people have different opinions on how serious COVID is or isn't. I just live by that golden rule. Do unto others as they do unto you. I wear the mask so that way I'm not potentially getting someone sick, because I do have to work outside the house. Fun times. But hey, let's hop on over and talk about Avalanche a little bit. Don't know if you guys have heard about this yet, but it's going to be launching soon. I've actually been following this project for quite some time, on and off. They're getting into the DeFi space as well, though that's not originally something they were going to be doing, but when in Rome. So Avalanche, which is a new blockchain protocol and cryptocurrency backed by Cornell University's Amin Gun Sir, will finally go live in a few days. With the mainnet launch, the Avalanche, or AVAX, or AVAX token, can be listed on crypto exchanges, although Ava Labs did not specify which ones will be there at launch. As previously reported, the AVAX token will serve as a tool to secure the Avalanche network through staking, pay for operational fees, transfer value peer-to-peer, and create new networks. Once the mainnet goes live, data about the AVAX token will be available on major token explorers like CoinMarketCap. Alongside the Avalanche network, Ava Labs will also launch an open source platform for building decentralized finance applications and enterprise blockchain tools. With the launch, Ava Labs aims to solve major DeFi issues like overcongestion on the Ethereum network by providing a highly scalable blockchain network. I think we're getting into Bitcoin was a first generation crypto. Ethereum was a second. Cardano positioned itself as like a third generation. I think we're starting to get into the late third, maybe even early fourth generation cryptocurrencies, which are continuing to build upon what came before them and adding new things. Scalability has been a big problem for a while. So if you can solve that from the get-go, you're already head over heels ahead of everyone in the established space. So according to Ava Labs representatives, the Avalanche network is capable of confirming transactions in under 1 second, with the capacity for over 4,500 transactions per second and security thresholds well above the 51% standards of other networks. Interesting. So Avalanche will also support bridges to other networks to allow users to move assets between them. They plan on adding a bridge to Ethereum as soon as possible. And they've raised about $60 million to date through their token sales. So this is a project that has been in development for quite some time. I think I started following Amin Gunser on Twitter, I want to say early 2019. So this has been a long time coming. I'm excited that it's finally here, and I'm very interested to see what it's going to bring to the crypto space. But hey, that being said, let's hop on over to the next thing. Woo, alrighty. Well, hey, this next article is called Kind of a Big Dill. The puns. So, of course, we're talking about Pickle.Finance. So, food-related DeFi projects have slowly taken over the crypto in the last quarter, with many of these projects suffering from pretty contentious issues, like the Uniswap fork, Sushi Swap's vampire attack, and then the market dump of $13 million worth of Ether by lead developer Chef Nomi, and that whole saga, the Sushi Swap saga. God, I love crypto. Where else are you going to get weird stuff like this happening on the regular? And there's also the infamous Hot Dog DeFi meme coin, which dumped 99.9% hours after it's listed. So on September the 11th, never forget, a new project called Pickle.Finance emerged from a pantry. Christ. The project works like other popular DeFi protocols that reward users who provide liquidity with high interest and additional token rewards. To date, the project has accrued more than $347 million in total value locked, despite being around 5 days. And one of the primary liquidity pools is offering up to 4,500 APY. Sheesh. So the project aims to bring price stability to the 4 biggest stablecoins in the crypto sector, and it has quickly risen to become the 13th largest DeFi protocol in terms of total value locked. Not too bad. We've talked about this before on channel. Pickle.Finance protocol allows users to earn interest in Pickle, Ether, and stablecoin pairings, as well as a reward for providing liquidity for DAI, USDC, USDT, and SUSD. While doing so, the seemingly Rick and Morty inspired project aims to correct the pegs of these stablecoins, which have often fluctuated several percentage points above their peg throughout 2020. So the idea behind Pickle is that you keep the stablecoins as close to $1 as possible. I'm not going to go into this too much, just letting you know that a 4-day-old crypto DeFi project has almost $350 million locked into it. That is absolute insanity to me. I believe Pickle began trading at $4.41, and at the time that this was written, it was $70. So, just DeFi things. Whatever. I'm just salty I missed out, so don't worry about me. Alright, so hey, Ripple CEO. This is kind of a thing about him and a thing about India's possible looming crypto ban. So Indian government officials are reportedly planning to discuss a new bill whose legal framework would ban cryptocurrencies on the subcontinent. According to a September 15th report from Bloomberg, the Indian federal cabinet is considering a law banning crypto 6 months after the Supreme Court lifted a blanket ban. As of May, India had roughly 190 million unbanked adults, those without access to a bank account or other financial instruments. Some experts have claimed that crypto assets like Bitcoin are a way to encourage financial literacy with simple tools for investing and saving. Maybe one day. Look, I'm very upset that India is potentially going to be re-banning crypto. But of those 190 million, I honestly think maybe 3 to 4 million of them might look into Bitcoin. But a lot of people are unbanked because they don't even have access to the internet. If you don't have that, it's really hard to do blockchain. Just saying. Anyways, however, basically, for those of you who don't know, the Reserve Bank of India imposed a blanket ban on banks dealing with crypto businesses, basically being like, no, you can't deal with them, and that's kind of like how this ban went into effect. The Supreme Court struck it down this past March, stating, hey, that's illegal, you can't do it that way. So, however, there have been reports since June, we've talked about them on this channel, of Indian government officials considering a new law which could ban cryptocurrencies. Unlike the Royal Bank of India's approach of essentially blacklisting banks, the government may now be considering banning crypto through legislative change, which would probably be a little bit more permanent. You know, the whole banks just kind of the Reserve Bank just blacklisting the exchanges was not the right way to do it according to the Supreme Court, so they're just going to change how they do it. That's what governments do, and that's why courts exist. But we'll see what comes of this. I really dislike the idea of India rebanning crypto. There are literally billions of people on that subcontinent, and it would be nice for them to have easy access to crypto so adoption can continue apace. Just my opinion. And then to round things out today, Kraken is going to be the first U.S. crypto bank. That's right. Wyoming, great state of Wyoming, granted Kraken a license to create a special purpose depository institution in the state. It should launch sometime in the first quarter of 2021, so it's coming. Potentially half a year, but it's coming. Kraken Financial will be able to provide some banking services, including crypto debit cards. This makes Kraken the first U.S. crypto exchange to create a quote-unquote bank, this special purpose depository institution. It means Kraken can hold custody over digital assets, operate payment systems, and allow customers to easily switch between fiat and crypto. Kraken Financial's customers, currently limited to U.S. residents, except New York, could pay bills and receive salaries in cryptocurrency. Okay. Look how far we've come. 10 years ago, none of this existed. It's insane. Kraken intends to introduce new services, among them crypto debit cards and staking services over the next few years. Roll them out as they get more comfortable with things. That makes sense. This license does come with a few limitations. Kraken will just be a quote-unquote custody bank. It's not allowed to issue loans using customer deposits, which is the way a lot of traditional banks make money. You know, thousands of people deposit, hundreds of $1,000s into banks like Chase. And they in turn take that money that's been deposited with them and invest it, lend it out, do all these different things to earn interest, and that's how they make their money. Right now, they are prohibited from lending on the US dollar side. There are some provisions in the statute that will enable them to facilitate customer-directed lending of digital assets, so they can explore that avenue. This article does go on for a little bit more. I'm not going to get into all of it. Just know that Kraken is opening up the first ever crypto-like bank in the world, and it's going to be in Wyoming. It's a pretty friendly state for cryptocurrencies. Pretty nice. If I ever decide to pack it all up and move across the country, Wyoming would be a good choice if you ask me, because then I can spend some of this crypto I've got. Not that I would, but I could, and it's the option that's nice. But all right, so that does it for the trending article in the crypto news space today. Thank you for making it this far, and if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you? Get to hear me talk like this on the daily. And as always, thanks to all those who already have. Your support means the world to me. Someone just the other day put a very nice comment on one of the videos, and it literally made my day. You can ask the wife. I do really appreciate the support I've gotten from a lot of you guys. It bottom of my heart, I really do. So yeah, links down in the description. You can follow to check out everything we've talked about today. Top 10 crypto coins by market cap. We don't have a lot of movement, though. According to this, Bitcoin is just touching, just shy of 11K. A nice little upswing. If Ethereum could get back in the 400s, that'd be nice. Biggest loser in the top 10 is Chainlink, currently down another 4.36%, hovering at $10.76. Let's take a look. Digibyte is actually up 21% today. Good for them. And Sushi Swamp is down 19% as the biggest loser in the top 100. So that will do it for today. Once again, my name is John. This has been Crypto Top 10, and I will holla at you tomorrow. Bye.